Hi guys, this is Caleb at Barbie Jackson Insurance. Today I'm going to be showing you basically what you need to do if you decide that you want to run under your own authority. So maybe you've been running for a company, or you've been running under someone else's authority. Maybe you've been driving for a larger corporation and you've decided that you want to go off on your own. These would be the first steps you would take to get your authority. There's a lot of people that have asked me questions about this, so we're making a video today. The first thing is some stuff that you need to do before you even start out trying to get your DOT authority is if you're going to be an LLC or if you're going to be an INC, Smith Company Incorporated or Smith Company LLC, you need to go ahead and file that with the Department of Corporations for your state and make sure you have your entity, the exact name of your entity. You probably want to have your EIN number on file if you have that, your employer identification number, and you also want to have the names and dates of birth of your officers that are part of the corporation. You may be the only officer if you're the sole owner of the business, or if you're a sole proprietor, you may not have to file with the Department of Corporations at all. It's just if you're going to be an LLC or an INC, I would recommend you do that before we get started. So the first place that I would go to get started on this is you want to go to the Safer website, which is where you would find information on a current trucking outfit if you were looking for info on them. It's a simple website. It's www.safer.sys.org. Once you get to the Safer website, there's a couple of different things you can do. A lot of information on this page. You can go to Company Snapshot to look up a company, even if it's your own company, if you already have your authority. But obviously, if you have that, you wouldn't be watching the video. But you get the idea. This is basically the home page to navigate through the Safer site. To set up your DOT for the first time, if you've never filed for a DOT or an MC number, you want to go to Fmcsa registration form, and you'll see this page come up. Now there's a lot of information here as well as far as instructions go. The DOT has changed their website as of, you can see here, December 12th of 2015. If you're a new applicant, you have to now use what's known as their Unified Registration System. So once you get to this page, you would actually want to click on the Click Here link, and it takes you to the Unified Registration System, which is where you would start your DOT application. Now, I've had a lot of customers ask me if they need a DOT number or if they need an MC number or if they need both. This all has to do with how far you're traveling, how much your vehicle, what does your tractor weigh, what kind of cargo are you hauling. If you're not sure whether or not you need a DOT number and an MC number, or if you're not sure if you need a DOT or an MC number, I would suggest you use this little Click Here link, and I'm going to open it up in a new tab so you can see. Once you open this up, it'll basically take you through a list of yes or no questions, and it will tell you whether or not you need to just apply for a DOT number, whether or not you need to apply for a DOT and an MC number, or maybe even if what you're doing doesn't even require a DOT number, it should be able to give you that answer once you go through this trial. So I'm going to exit back out of here and come back to this page. This is the Unified Registration System launch for new applicants page, and it's pretty self-explanatory here. Obviously, we want to click on the big yellow box that says click here to get started, and that should open up their application page. And you'll see that if you were a returning applicant, if you needed to make a change to your address or your name, or you need to update your officers, you would click on the returning applicant icon. Otherwise, you're going to click on the new applicant icon. You have to tell them that you're not a robot, and you have to pass a test to make sure you're not a robot. So we have to select all the images with a limousine. So there's one, there's one, there's one. I don't think anything else on here would be considered a limousine. It's verified we're not a robot, and it should open up the application here for us to get started. Actually, at this point, I think we just have to click next. This is where it's going to go through and just kind of give you some instructions before you start the application. It tells you how to navigate through the URS online application. It shows you that each applicant is going to be assigned an ID. You'll need to make an ID and a password here in a moment, but it will walk you through all of that. So just read the information here. You're going to go ahead and click next. This is where it tells you the same information I gave you earlier. If you're a LLC or an INC, you need to go ahead and have your employer identification number with you. If you're filing as a sole proprietor, all you need is your social security number. You will also need the name and titles for your officers. A Dun and Bradstreet number, if you don't know what that is, you do not need one most likely. If you do need one, once you go through the application the first time, Depending on the kind of cargo you're carrying and what you're doing, it will let you know if you need that. So we click next to proceed on to the next page here, and it tells you that for those applicants that are required to file financial responsibility, please ensure the evidence of financial responsibility is electronically filed with the Fmcsa. Again, as you go through the application, if you're required to file electronic financial responsibility, it'll let you know, and then it'll walk you through how to do that. So go ahead and click next to the next page. Again, this is another page that tells you if you're required to file a designation of process agent under subtitle B. It's a legal code. Again, I think this particular page has to do with oversized loads, hazmat, stuff like that. If as you go through the application, you tell the system what you're going to be hauling, it will let you know if you need these specific things like a Dun and Bradstreet number or a subtitle B, Title 49 code, etc. So just go through the next page at this point. It's going to tell you here that the issuance of active T number notice. It says the applicant may not engage in operations without registration and active US DOT number. Obviously, that's what you're doing here today. And once you get done, you should be given a DOT number. So you're going to go ahead and click next to proceed. You do need to have, most of the time you're going to be the owner that's filling this out for yourself. If you're the officer or a partner in the LLC or the INC, you can also fill out the application and sign it, but you have to meet one of these 4 criteria here to be ordered to fill out and sign the application. So click next one more time. And this is basically just letting you know that they are collecting this information, and it's mandatory that they collect it from you and that they'll be using it to determine whether or not you're going to qualify for your DOT. And then at this point, I think this is when you actually start your application process. This is where I'm going to end the video today. I've gotten you through to the application security section. This is where you would create your own username, create a password, confirm your password, create a security question, and then you're on your way. Once you get to this point, you create your username and password. You start the application process. The application itself it's not extremely lengthy, but it is pretty detailed. So you want to try to make sure that you're as detailed as possible when you fill it out. And we're going to do another video that takes it a step further here in a few days that shows you exactly the way you want to fill out the application as far as you want to be as detailed as possible. But that's how you get started. That's how you go in and get registered for your US DOT number or your MC number. And if you have any questions with the process, just give us a call, 850-389-2001. And you guys have a great day.